I'm Lola Archer. My husband and I started Archer Travel Service. We began our business in 1952. We started with a Greyhound bus depot on the corner of Colorado Street and Brand Boulevard right here in Glendale. Then we started doing Greyhound bus tours, and we just sort of grew like Topsy. We went into business because my husband, when he got out of high school, went to work for a man who had a Greyhound agency where he sold tickets. So Cliff worked for him until he was drafted into the service just before World War II. When he came out of the service, he went back to work again for this same man. This was in 1948. Salary was only $200 a month. We're still going, thank goodness for Ron's entrepreneurship.
I am Ron Archer. I am the president of Archer Travel. I am also the youngest of 4 children for Cliff and Lola Archer. I started working at Archer Travel in 1979.
Ron was not interested too much in the business while he was in college.
One Sunday afternoon, my mom and dad were having a picnic at their house, and we're sitting out in the backyard, and Dad said, "What are you going to do after college?" And I said, I didn't know. He said, "It's easy, son. Just go to different companies and get them to buy their airline tickets from us." And I said, "Okay, that can't be too hard." So I went and banged on a lot of doors and talked to a lot of companies, and we were very fortunate. By the late 1980s, we had about 500 corporate accounts, and we were growing exponentially.
The travel industry was growing. We were the first agency that didn't have a stand-up ticket counter. We had desks, and we had chairs in front of the desk where our clients could sit down and talk in a sophisticated manner.
My mother was really kind of the force behind the service levels. She wanted things in a certain way.
People walking into the office can see a definite style. I think that my mother-in-law, Lola Archer, instilled that many, many years ago and started that style.
I think the core of who we are and what we do is still very much entrenched in the attitudes placed by my mom and dad.
I have seen Archer Travel evolve from a very formal atmosphere to a much more casual work atmosphere.
I used to wear 3-piece suits to work every day, and I used to drive a Buick. Mom was kind of the corporate police officer, if you will. But the effect of that is that the customer service levels were very strong. We've done everything from the Alaska Pipeline for British Petroleum to the White Tigers for Siegfried and Roy to being in network marketing. A lot of brick and mortar historical agencies would not adopt a network marketing customer platform. And for us, that has really been a significant game changer.
Archer Travel has survived the changes in the industry due to the creativity of where to get business, how to make money as the industry changes. The creativity at Archer Travel comes entirely from Ron Archer.
My father would allow me to come up with some harebrained scheme, and instead of shutting me down, he would let me run with it and then learn from the experience.
His creative process sometimes is what gets in everyone's way.
My brother and I clashed a lot. My brother was a very conservative guy. He was an administrator type. He was an accounting person. And I would run out and I would get new corporate accounts and I would promise different things, and he would look at me like I was nuts. When Steve retired, I was very concerned because he was always my safety net. My brother was always the guy that would talk in the back of my head, "You sure you want to do that? Is that the right thing?" So when my brother retired, I went to Jill, I went to my wife, and I said, "You've always really been supportive of me, but you've always thought of yourself as an administrative person. And I need you now to step up, and I want you to think of yourself as my business partner." And I will tell you that in every way, shape, and form, my wife has stepped up, and she truly is my business partner in every way.
Ron is certainly the most challenging part of my job. Trying to orchestrate everything else in the company and keep him happy at the same time is challenging.
I am a bit of a wild man when it comes to business. I like to try new things. I like challenges. It takes really a strong staff to adapt to the types of things that we do.
The work ethic at Archer Travel is very strong. Everyone that has gone through there as an employee has had that work ethic, and I really enjoy that.
Everybody in the company really has a role and supports the mission of the company. And, you know, like a family, it gets messy from time to time, but without the staff commitment, we would not be anywhere near where we are today.
We have many employees that are longtime employees that have been with us for many, many years, 30 plus years.
Something that's very interesting about Archer Travel is that we have an employee that's 86 years old to now we have several people in their 20s, early to mid 20s. We've been very fortunate in the young people that we've brought into the business have really just gone well beyond my expectation in their abilities and their desire to build onto this company that has a family legacy. It's amazing to see a mixture of old technology, new technology, old business practices, new business practices.
Archer Travel has evolved in many, many ways. There isn't one thing that can set us apart in our evolution going forward. We've had good times and we've had bad times.
In 2001, we actually had an office in Las Vegas. There was about 100 people in the company on 9/11, and then about 3 months later we were down to about 30 people.
But Archer Travel survived because we had built a very strong foundation of people and ethics and a business model. And we've stuck to that over the years.
We're really a multifaceted agency, but I think you'll find that although we adopt technology, I think one of our strengths is that it's that hands-on customer service, tried and true approach. Travel is really based on a personal connection. And when you're selling travel, you're selling really a concept. Your customer has to rely on you in order to make sure that their vacation, their business trip, their group trip is going to be enjoyable, it's going to be memorable. When you got a great staff and you got a great place to go to work, it's also fun to go to work every day too. So I really have the best of both worlds. I'm a very blessed person.
I truly love working at Archer Travel Service. There isn't one thing that makes me enjoy that more than another. It's simply the interaction with people, and every day is different. Ron travels around the world to set things up, different offices and an office in another country. And it keeps things very interesting, and again, nothing is ever the same.
I'm 62 years old, and I've been doing this for 40 years. And I feel like I'm having more fun now, I'm more creative now. I have a strong platform of employees, independent contractors. I really see huge expansion for Archer Travel. We are continuing to expand with Evolution Travel, which is tremendous. The biggest misconception of the travel industry is that travel agencies are dying. Quite the contrary. The home-based travel agent segment of the industry is actually the fastest growing segment that's out there. And we are seeing that with Evolution Travel. I think we're prepared for the future and for the expansion of Archer Travel.
I am very optimistic about the future of Archer Travel. We have built a very strong foundation.
It's been wonderful. It's provided us with experiences that we would not have had otherwise.
It isn't Archer Travel's creativity, it's your creativity.
Okay. Say that exactly.
Okay.
It's going to be enjoyable, it's going to be memorable, and the phone's going to ring. We may have a casual attire in the company. Ah! But he's such a big teddy bear.
Yes, he is.
And everybody at Evolution calls him Santa Claus.
Yes, but even Santa Claus has his foibles.
We have a dog.
Oh my God, I am so uncomfortable. I think I might have to go take a shower before I go to work.
You can't put that on the blooper reel.